Ever get tired of constantly adding and rearranging buttons on your menus every time your database changes? Welcome to another TechHelp video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to start building a dynamic menuing system in Microsoft Access using a list box. So you don't have to add hundreds of buttons to your forms. We're going to create a data-driven menuing system that's going to pull the data right out of a table. And you can have menus and submenus and menus under those submenus and more. Now, yes, this is part 72 of my fitness database series, but if you don't care about fitness, that's fine. This is about building a good database, and you don't even have to have watched parts 1 through 71 to benefit from the dynamic menu system. We're going to build this from scratch, so whatever database you're working with, doesn't matter. You can just throw this right in there. This is a developer level video though, so we are going to be using some VBA. So if you're jumping in midstream and you haven't watched the rest of the series, at least go watch my intro to VBA video. So you got a leg up and you know some basic VBA, okay? All right, let's get into it. So after yesterday's video when we made the workout stuff, we made the submenu, and then another menu, and I got to thinking, you know what? Let's just make a dynamic menu on the main menu here. And I've been thinking about doing this. I did a video about this a few years ago. It's this video, main menu, where I show how to do it with buttons, and then I show how to do it with a list box. Let's take this one step further, right? Instead of just a single list here, let's make it hierarchical. Hierarchical. How do you say? I don't know how to pronounce it. Like array and array, right? So instead of this mess, we'll replace this with this. This is my mock-up. I did this earlier, right? So here's our main menu, right? You got food, because this is all food. We'll do a body menu for body composition and whatever else we want to throw on there. We'll do workouts, because here we're going to have workouts, routines, and a bunch of other stuff, right? So if I open the food menu, click, it goes to the food menu, right? You got the daily food log, you got your food list, you got your food groups, you got your meal list, and that's all under that menu, right? And then if you want to go back up, click the thing up top here, boop, back to the main menu, go to your workouts menu, right? Exercises, and so on. See? And that will replace all of this and having to keep making buttons. And you can adjust this if you want without having to make design changes to the database, right? Because that data is going to be fed from a menu table. So let's build that in today's class. All right, so here we are back in our database. Let's create a table to store the menu items. So create, table design, menuID. Then we're going to have a parent ID. And the parent ID is a number that points back to the menuID. That's called a self-join relationship. If you want to learn more about self-join relationships, go watch my genealogy database, because you could do the same thing. You could have a self-join. You can have two parent IDs, right? A mother ID and a father ID, and it links back to another person. And that person can have parent IDs, and so on. That's the whole basis behind a genealogy database. Okay, now a sort order inside each menu, right? So you can control the order that they're in. A description, short text, notes, of course. If you want to put notes on the bottom, you know, like what the menu's about, all that stuff. And then a field, we're going to call it object to open, and that'll be short text. That'll be the name of a form, or as I show in the other database, you could do reports in here too, or you can open tables or queries, right? We're just going to stick to forms for today. All right, let's save this as my menu T, primary key. Yep. All right, let's put some sample data in here. Let me move this over so we can see what's on the menu right now. Okay. Now, I'm going to define it as the parent ID of 0 means that's the main menu. Okay? So, sort order 1, description. Let's do a food menu. Then we'll do a body menu. Then we'll do a workouts menu. All right, that's the main menu. We'll have those 3 items. Okay? Now, parent ID 1. So, what's under the food menu? Okay? Sort order 1. We've got our daily food log. All right, that'll be up top. We'll leave the notes blank for now. The object to open, what's the form name for that one? Well, that's the food log F. Okay, parent ID 1, the next item on the food list is going to be the food list. Right, and that's the food list F. Next, we've got the food groups. and that's going to be the food group F. And finally, the meal list. And that's just meal F. Okay, so that's our food menu. Now, the next menu, menu 2, right, will be this guy, the body menu. Right now, we only got one thing in there. We might add more later, right? That's our body composition menu, and that opens up the body comp F. Menu 3 is going to be workouts, okay? And so the first item for that will be the exercises. That'll show the one we just made in the last video. And we're going to open it right to the muscle group exercise F. And I'm going to make the weight plates on its own form, right? So we'll do the weight plates thing, and that'll be a to make later. We'll make a form for that later. All right. And now you could do menus under these too. We'll test all that when we get to it. But for now, this is a nice simple start. Okay, so there's our main menu. See how this works? Parent ID 0, that's our main menu, top level, right? Second level under food will be that. Second level under body comp is just that. And then the second level under menu 3 is that. Okay, and if you have, you can have another level under exercises if you want. Okay, in fact, you could break up food so you get the food log separate from the food list and the food groups or the meals. You could do whatever you want with this. But I think this is nice and simple for now. All right. So close that. We got our table all set. Now let's put a list box on the main menu. Let's make this a little bigger. We're gonna slide it in here. We're gonna remove these buttons, but for now, let's just do them side by side. Form design. Find me a list box, which is right there. Drag it right like that. Okay. Gonna get the values from a table or query. Next, we're gonna use our menu T. Next, what do we want for the fields? Well, we want the menu ID, the parent ID. We need the sort order. You know what? Let's just bring everybody over. Let's bring everybody to the party. Next, what do you want to sort by? Well, the sort order, obviously. Next. All right, what's it going to look like? Well, we don't need to see the key column, right? Hide that. We don't need to see the parent. Don't need to see the sort order, but we want them in there. And I really don't want to see the object to open. So really the only visible column is this description column. But we need everything else in there so we can use it, right? So we can decide what to do in our code. But this is fine for now. Next, label description's fine, and then finish. Okay, there's our list box. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and let's put this up here. In fact, let's make it so we can actually see that. Let's go with a black background and white text. Maybe bold it. Let's make all of this bigger so it's menu-like. All right, let's go up to maybe 14 point. Yeah, it's big enough. All right. Got to make it look good, right? Okay. Let's give this guy a good name. Open this up. I don't like list 127. Let's call this the menu list. And let's clean up that row source. All right, so here's the row source. Shift F2 to zoom in. That's messy. Since we only have one table, we don't need all the menu T's everywhere. And since we're good little programmers and we don't have spaces, we don't need the brackets. So we can clean this up a lot and make it easier to read as well. Like this, like this, like that, like this. Okay. From menu T, order by sort order. And we technically don't need that semicolon. All right, so that's the simplest one. Now, here's what we're going to do. I want you to copy this to your clipboard. And in fact, let's throw this on Notepad. Open up your Notepad. Just drop that in there for now. We're going to put it in our code in just a minute. But for now, it's okay where it's at. All right, hit OK. Save it, close it, open it. And OK, this guy comes up in our startup, so that's fine. Just close that for now. OK, looks good. I'm getting everything in here, though. So now we need to make it so that when this form opens, we only see the stuff on the main menu. I don't want to see all of the items, right? Okay, so let's go back into that row source. And these are always easier to work with if you put them on multiple lines. They don't stay. I wish they stayed, but they don't stay. But it makes it easier to work in here. Okay, so select those fields from the menu T where the parent ID equals 0. Okay, again, copy this to your notepad. Let's put that in a notepad. Always keep this notepad up to date with your up-to-dated SQL in there, okay? All right, looks good. Hit OK, save it, close it, open it, get rid of this guy. I'm going to move this guy over here, get him out of the way. And there we go. All right, food, body, workouts, looks good. Now we got to make it so that when we click on one of these, it moves to the next menu, right? And speaking of moving, move your little butt over and click on that like button right now. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps the channel out, helps me out. Go do it. I got to throw in the little intermissions in there because I know a lot of you don't remember to. I don't remember to click on the like when I'm watching YouTube videos either. So I like it when the creators remind me, hey, hit the like button. It really helps. It tells the YouTube algorithm that you're enjoying the video, and it helps my video go out to more people. So it helps me out. All right, so let's go into this guy. This is the menu list, and let's look for the events. Let's find his on-click event. You can use click or you can use double-click, whichever one you prefer. I like to use click because all the double-click, 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 that gets annoying after a while. So let's go into the on-click event for that guy. All right. Here, resize this a little bit. There we go. All right, on-click for the menu. All right, there. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to say, all right, if this guy has an object to open value, that means we're going to open that form. Okay? If not, it's a menu item, and then we're going to open that menu. Okay? Now, where is object to open? It's right there. So it's in column 0. Remember, they start at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the value. All right, and since it's part of this, since it's part of a list box, it's going to either be a value or it'll be an empty string. It won't be null because it's part of a list box. You could use DLOOKUP if you prefer. You don't have to put all this stuff in the box. You could DLOOKUP all this stuff. For simple things like this, I like loading them in the box. So what we're going to do is we're going to say right here, dim object to open as a string. Object to open equals, it's going to be menu list dot column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we're going to say if object to open is an empty string, then open another menu. We'll do that in a minute. Okay. Otherwise, open a form. And it's going to be do command open form object to open. End if. Okay, that's our code so far. Save it, debug compile. Let's come back over here, close it, open it. All right. Now, unfortunately, all of these are menu items, but you should be able to click on them and nothing happens. Let's sneak something in here just to test it. All right, let's go to the menu table. Where are you? Menu. Just to test it. Let's put something on the parent. Sort order. Let's put it at the bottom. So 4. All right, we'll call this the test. And we'll just open up, we'll open up the meal F. All right, just to give it a test. Okay. Close it, open it, let's hit test, and there's our meal form. See? So that part's working pretty good. Save it. All right, these guys don't have code behind them yet. If you want to test them, you could just put a message box in here. Right? Hit the button, burp. So it's all working what we got so far. Okay. Now we need to make it so that if we have to open up another menu, then we're going to say open menu and then the menu list value. Menu list. Because the menu list's value is what? It's column 0. So it's the menu ID. So now we're sending to the open menu subroutine the menu ID, so it'll know that it has to open whatever we're on. So open menu 2, right? And then we can load the items from menu 2 into the menu. And we'll do that in tomorrow's video. So tune in tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. And if you remember, you can watch it right now because I'm going to record a bunch of these today because I got some time and I want to get them done. And I really love this stuff. All right, so we've got our dynamic menuing system started. In the next video, we'll work on opening up those submenus. Post a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about today's video. And that's going to do it for your Tech Help video for today. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. Do you need help with your Microsoft Access project? Whether you need a tutor, a consultant, or a developer to build something for you, check out my Access Developer Network. It's a directory I put together personally of Access experts who can help with your project. Visit my website to learn more. Any links or other resources that I mentioned in the video can be found in the description text below the video. Just click on that Show More link right there. YouTube's pretty good about hiding that, but it's there. Just look for it. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, tables, all that stuff. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. That's it. And it's free for members of my YouTube channel at any level. Speaking of memberships, if you're interested in joining my channel, you get all kinds of awesome perks. Silver members get access to all of my extended cut TechHelp videos, and there's hundreds of them by now. They also get one free beginner class each month, and yes, those are from my full courses. Gold members get the previous perks plus access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my TechHelp videos. Plus, you get access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions and all kinds of source code that I use. And gold members get one free expert class every month after completing the beginner series. Platinum members get all of the previous perks, plus they get all of my beginner courses, all of them from every subject, and you get one free advanced or developer class every month after finishing the expert series. And you can become a diamond sponsor and have your name listed on the sponsor page on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.